This folio was filmed before the accident, but I wanted to share it again while I take some time to rest. It brings me some peace, and I hope that it does the same for you. I'm Ingrid Carlsen, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. You know, things just don't feel normal right now, and I do not have it in me to create something. So I'm going to revamp some of my old tutorials and make them in a shorter form, an easier way to create. And especially some of you might have already missed this. It is one of my favorite projects. If you want, you can pause right here to see how I would decorate all of the pages of the folio, but that's completely up to you. I am starting off with a legal size file folder, but this can be done with a regular file folder or even some cardstock that you have laying around. So the truth is that I am in pain. My life has changed, and I'm still in the middle of figuring out what that means. But we've talked about this before, and I think that beauty matters even in the brokenness, and maybe especially then. So I'm sharing this with you guys from a place that isn't healed yet and is just very different. And if you're in a hard season too, I hope that this quiet project brings you some peace today. The idea for this folio was a kind of deconstructed file folder. So that's why I was saying that you can just use any kind of paper. And if you pause at 336, you'll have all of the measurements. That's where I would start, is go ahead and cut out all of your pieces, and I also tell you where to score. All of the score lines are using the left hand side as the measurement, so you would line up your left hand side on your scoreboard and then score. And if you don't have a scoreboard, then you can just mark your page to that point and score by hand. Essentially, the base of the folio is 4 pieces, and one of them I'm using this little piece here that kind of has a tab on it, but you can just make your own tab, and you're going to see that I kind of make my own here. You definitely don't need to follow it, but since I had it, I went ahead and used it. Once you have all of your pieces cut out, then you are going to overlap some pieces. You're going to take piece number 2 and overlap it to piece number 1 up to the score line, or the last score line on the right hand side. Pieces number 3 and 4 are essentially the same size, except one has a tab on it. And so I'm going to start off by laying some glue down to the first set of score lines, as you can see in the video. And I'm going to actually attach this to the back portion of my folio. Now I'm going to overlay piece number 4 to piece number 3 exactly in the same manner to the last score line. For drying time, I went ahead and used my glue runner, but if you have more time on your hands, you can definitely use a wet glue. Once my folio is completely assembled, I'm going to take some Dollar Tree Pang tempera paint, and I'm going to just take some blue and yellow, mix it together to make a really pretty green. I add a little bit of the blue, I believe, and just mix it until I get the color I want. This makes it look like a hanging fall folder, which I love, and I ended up using 3 coats because this paint is pretty see-through. Once your folio base is completely dry, you're going to want to go ahead and burnish down those score lines again. This way they are nice and crisp. I also want to tell you that I appreciate everyone's thoughts and prayers that you've sent to our family, and they mean more than I can ever say or put into words, but just know that I appreciate you so much. And whether this is the first time that you're watching this folio tutorial or maybe it's the second time, I hope that you try your hand at making one. It really is a sweet project that you can make really quickly, and it adds a lot of joy. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now and let you watch the rest of the design process. Again, I thank you and I love you. Bye.